Hello everybody, today we're gonna make a video about the Raymarine wind systems. Now we have on the table the i60 wind pack, that is a new pack with everything new. Now I'll unbox the components and show you everything and how it works. On one side we have the wind transducer, we'll take it out, the wind cable, and somewhere underneath has a fixie thingy, and is like a junction box with some mammoth, the small box to put at the bottom of at the foot of the mast. Now in the other box it is the wind instrument. This one has installed like the roundy cover, and underneath there is like a squared one. It is a matter of preferences. I like the roundy one more, but the silicone cover is not so stable, so they fly away. Now there is a cable, all the necessary thingy like the blanking plug for the one that stays free, the screws for installing it, and so on. Now the most important part about this instrument is RTFM. Read the fucking manual first. I repeat, read the fucking manual first. Now on the back of the instrument we do have an input for a rotavector sensor. It is an old type of wind sensor. It's crappy, do not even consider it. And then you have the vane, the 5 wires that you have on the vane, and then you have the STNG. It's called a C-Talk New Generation. Comparison with the old instrument, you have the rota, you have the wind vane, and then you have the traditional C-Talk network. The traditional C-Talk, it is this one, only have 3 wire, red, gray and yellow, and that's it, and it gives power and data. Now on the new instrument, the proper way to power it and use it will be to make a network, either with one of these, might be with a white one in the middle, and that is only C-Talk NG. The proper way is to have the termination on one side and the other side. Those blue caps, these ones, are resistors, 120 ohm, and they're doing the termination on the network. Then the proper way, it's having a proper C-Talk NG cable, put it inside, connected on the network. Oops. Then this one in particular, with the yellow one, it has in the middle a conversion for the old type Raymarine instruments. So this one, it's an old C-Talk. And then on the other one, the red cable, it's the one for powering the network, where the red wire is positive, the black wire is negative. Now this is the proper way to use a C-Talk NG. This one, it is optional. You can only have like 2 T's or another one that has the white one in the middle. But important is, if you're using C-Talk NG as a communication between the instruments, you can even install a second instruments, I don't know, maybe one of these, and you could connect them one with the other. This one is like the last one on the network. You could connect it from here to here. When you have these ones, the only way you can use it is having a T or a junction box. So this is the proper way. Now we're not going to do it the proper way. I'm not going to do it the proper way. Now either you can have a cable, cut the end off, splice it. We have red positive, black negative. They're the same connections that you have in the red cable. Then here we have a white and a blue. These are the C-Talk NG or Nemea 2000 connections. But you can also have red, positive, braid negative, gray, and yellow, the old C-Talk network. If you have a cable like this and you cut it, let me just find one already cut. I had it like 5 minutes ago in my hand, the cut cable, but I have no idea where it went. Now, for the sake of the video, we'll just cut one cable. Usually inside here you find the wires that I showed you before. One is the shield. In this case, the shield, it's only shielding. Then you have two of them that are the power wires, where you have the red and the black. Red is the positive, black is negative, 12 volt. I don't remember if these instruments are working with 24 volts also, but I don't think so. I think they're limited to 12 volt only. Now you have two of them, the wires that are the black and the red, positive and negative, and then you have the other three, where you have the blue, the white, that are NEMEA 2000 or NG, but then you also have the yellow wire, the old C-Talk network. Now, in order to power the instrument, the proper way will be to build a NEMEA network, but like the not proper way is just take the black and red, negative and positive, put it inside. Now, why did I cut it? Because the yellow wire, it is the C-Talk. Usually in these poor cables, the white ones, you have all 5 plus shield 6 wires. On other cables, like the one that was born with the yellow connector only has the 3 wires for the old C-Talk network. This one I cut it because I needed a cut here in the lab. This is the old C-Talk network. This is an adapter to connect the C-Talk NG, in theory, to the C-Talk NG converter, yellow with yellow. The red is the power, but you also can bring the power from here. And this one connected to an old Raymarine series instrument with this cable. Just think about it without being cut. Now, in order to power it, you can even power it directly if you're like in the lab or in the boat and you need to, let's turn off the power supply. You need to power it. You can take 2 wires and it powers. We'll just turn it off. The other way you can power it, it's just take the red wire and connect the red wire directly to it. This one, it's bringing only the power. This is new. And you can connect it like this. Also, when you give it power, it will power up. The third way you can power it, it's with the C-Talk, the old C-Talk cable. If you have the old C-Talk cable, red and black, red is the positive, gray, in this case the shield, because you only have the shield, is the negative. And if you connect it here, now go 1, negative, positive, power, and it's on. You can also, with only this cable, connected to an old series 3 data and so on, and power it through the other instrument. Now, I cannot stress enough, read the fucking manual. Before doing anything, read the fucking manual. Now, we will take, here you have it black, but normally it is only the braid inside. So if you cut the wire, you will not find the black, you'll find the braid. Then color with color, yellow with yellow. Yellow, it's the wind speed. Then you have the green and the blue. The green and the blue are sine and cosine of the angle. To make an angle, you have the sine and the cosine, and the red is the positive. Then, that is the transducer connector. On the other side, on the top of the mast, you have this one. Take the condom off and insert the transducer. You have matching thingies, and down has a small thingy. Inserted straight, tighten up. This one you don't have to tighten it really hard, just enough to make a little bit of pressure on the o-ring that you have inside here, and that's it. You can put some dielectric grease, the cover, and think that this one it's fixed on the top of the mast. The cable is going from behind, and that's the wind system. Now we're gonna power it. Right now it is on track. We go with display, read the fucking manual, and we have the apparent wind. The dot it's on the up. On the true is not saying anything because it is not connected with the tree data. It needs the speed or the tree data in order to calculate the true wind speed. But the apparent wind speed, it is always okay. Now it's on the max behind the wheel. Read the fucking manual. Okay, now we don't have anything lighting up. A lot of people just put it in tack. They said it's not working, it's not working. Or in VMG, it's not working, it's not working. Just put it on normal. Now you have two things. The number one, it's this one, that is the wind speed, that will modify the bottom value. The faster they spin, the faster will show you over there. And then you have the direction, the wind direction. The vane on the top, it gives you the direction. In order to know if the instrument is working fine, it's do a 360 degrees and make sure that the needle will follow all the 360 degrees. Because a lot of time at the foot of the mast, or inside the board, or on the cable, there is a problem where one of the two, either the sine or cosine, the green and blue, are not connected. We're gonna take it out. Now the instrument keeps showing the direction. A lot of people are asking, the instrument is working but it's showing like 180 degrees or is not measuring good. It will show something. Right now in this moment it complained, it went on the top and is not giving you anything at all. But a lot of times will keep working but will not give you the proper direction, will only stay on half of the quadrant. Now sometimes when you install the transducer 360 degrees and you put it towards back, a lot of boats install it the other way around. You have to invert the two components. If you invert the sine with cosine, in theory should give you 360 degrees of the angle. The other way around. Right now it's like 90 degrees tilted. It is going, as you see, when you make it go around, it's going the other way around. Now let's put them back the proper way. A lot of people also say, since not always you can put it straight ahead, and said I have like 20 degrees problem from one side to the other. First thing, always ensure that it does the 360 degrees where you're going with the boat out. Make sure that it does the 360 degrees. I keep saying that I love these systems because for me it's the best system you can have on a boat. It's not a matter of preferences, it's a matter of technical stuff. Now, from the very first auto helm wind, that is this one, st50. Then the st60 series to the i60, the new one, and the 70 new one. The cable, it's the same cable. The transducers, I've made two variants of transducer, but almost everything is still compatible one with the other. Now, if we take out the cable from this instrument, we put it inside this one. Same colors, same attachment points, so on. We power it. The same transducer will work on the older series. Now it has the two dots that are blinking on the down because it has to do two round turns. Then it will beep beep, two beeps. That way it knows when he did 360 degrees in order to linearize inside and divide the angle. Now the same thing, if the direction is doing 360 degrees and the needle is doing 360 degrees, the instrument is working. Now maybe this series is not complaining if you're missing one of the two components. Let's see what's happened, because sometimes you only missing a wire is not working, so the needle will stay just on the half of the screen. In this case, let's just try to turn it off, turn it back on again. It says calibrated. No, it doesn't do it, but a lot of times it happens like this, that one of the two is not working and the needle will stay only on the half part. Right now we have to turn it off, turn it on again. Okay, and now it's working again. Beep beep, it did the 360 degrees. Now the same transducer, one interesting thing that you can do, you can use as a master the old st60, take a C-Talk cable, okay, and without a conversion unit and without additional power, you can connect it to an old instrument. Right now, when you change, now they're communicating one with the other. Wait. They're changing, they're communicating one with the other, and they changing the backlight. Now this one is the master, this one is the repeater. So whenever this one is transmitting, this one is receiving. Old series, new series. You can do the other way around also. You can put the transducer in this one. Let's just cut the power. Right now the master is this one, and the other one is the slave. So you can just move the one and will transmit to the other one. Now you can do it even worse than that, you can even connect the old one with those two on the network, and the old one will also give you the same values. I just took the C-Talk NG cable, red, yellow, and the black from the NG with the gray from the auto elm. We push it in, and ta-da! This one is like the slowest, although he is the master. There is the way to make it faster or slower, the needle. Right now this one is the master and is transmitting to the other two of them. So all it's possible to connect it. Right now this one it's only as a repeater. Now in order to use this transducer with this instrument you cannot do it, because this one has the speed, the wheels that are different from the old type that used to be in here. In this instrument and in this instrument you can use the old type of transducer. Now I'll just bring one of them and show it to you. Now this is an st50. It's born with that one transducer. Now they're getting older and older and they're failing. The bearings get stuck, the feathers get blocked and they break. But as a transducer, this one, it works with all the instruments. Now we'll just power off. You might never know that. Some shit happens, could happen. We take out the new transducer. We'll just put inside. No, here. Ooh, it fell down. It's a little bit bendy. Fuck. Okay, it doesn't have the small thingy down. I don't know why. I will try to fix it. Now on the new one they made like a different threading, and this one it's a little bit harder to put it, but it will go in, and if you insist will go all the way up. Now if we power everything, we'll keep working. No, let me just put the lighting on 3. The only thing is that the wind speed, this one, it's correct on that one if you connect it directly to there, but on this one will show you a lot bigger wind speed. So you or slower, I don't remember, it has a setup function inside where you change a number and will work with this one, or change the other number and it will work with this one. This you can do it, so you can change the function, and on this one also you can do it. You cannot calibrate the wind speed in the old one, but I repeat, this type of transducer will work with the old one. It's born for the old ones, will work even on the new ones, but right now they're getting rarer and rarer that are working. If some of you are interested, I will show you how to replace the bearings inside, because it has some bearings, it has some stuff inside. I'll show you how to replace the bearings. I repeat, this one, it's working with all the instruments as a transducer, although the new one, it is, let's see what, doesn't have a transducer. It will complain eventually. No, I will not turn everything off. I will not to risk the new transducer. And okay, now this is like the old style connector cable. You might find it on the top of the mast where the old type transducers used to go in. This one is a really old one. All the black systems, the st50 and these ones, they stopped producing them like 35-40 years ago. So it is a miracle that are still around here. Anyway, I will not For that, when a lot of frustrated people that have some problems with the wind instrument on board are saying around the Facebook groups, even on Raymarine unofficial service group, they say it's a crappy system, it's a crappy system. No, you are a fucking asshole, ignorant, that doesn't understand so which other producers since 35-40 years ago, since the first series of instruments, keep everything compatible with one another? B&G does not. Simrad does not. Anyway, for me, this is still one of the best systems you can have on the boat. Now, some people say it's not really precise if you're doing like a really hardcore racing and stuff and shit. No, if you're doing hardcore racing, just go NKA and that's it. Now I realize that a lot of people for testing the windy instruments and so on do not want to buy a new cable since it's expensive. So I'll show you the way I used to do it to fix these instruments, since it was one of the first things I started fixing in the marine industry. I started fixing marine instruments because of the wind system of a boat of one of my friends. So in order to do that, I didn't want to spend the money to buy the cable. So in order to diagnose, 5 mini Faston. You can have like the normal one, the 6mm mini Faston, and on the other side a DIN audio 5-pin connector. The dimension is not perfect like pin for pin. There is a really small difference between them. There are 3 versions of DIN connectors. Now the new one I will not just push it through, but in emergency, if you don't want to spend the money, you want to just to test the transducer, if the transducer is working, you have the colors. As I said, black is negative, red is the positive, green and blue are sine and cosine of the angle, and the yellow, it's the wind speed. Now I've connected the old one. Let me just put it on 3. And this is the way you can test it. Let's see if we just take the yellow out. Yellow is the one for the wind speed. Will not work. The wind speed. So if the yellow wire it's cut, interrupted, or chafed, or so on, will not work the wind speed. And on the direction, this one doesn't want to do it, but a lot of instruments you'll find yourself that the needle stays only on half of it. Now on the same cable I have the other connector also. It's the one that goes on the st50, and you can connect it to it. So if you're powering it, you can even do the same thing. Use the st50 as a main and have it repeated over the C-Talk on the other one. So all this series of instruments are almost 100% compatible and they speak with one another. Right now it goes from the transducer to the st50, and the st50 is the main and the 60 is the repeater. There's a delay in communication. This one is slower communicating than the new series. But if you have the old one, in one of the next videos we'll take apart the transducer, or we'll take the ones that I already have apart to pieces and show you how it's done inside and how you can fix it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a video like this.